Hello, my name is Alexandrovic. It might sound too long for you guys, so you can call me simply John Wick. Why John Wick? Does anyone know him? Please take a look. What does he say? He's a child of Belarus, so am I. I'm a child of Belarus as well, so that's why he's here. It has nothing to do with Cinema 4D, so I'm not gonna dwell on it too long, but thanks to John, you will better remember the country where I'm coming from. So thanks, Johnny. It was great as usual. Bye-bye. So, as I said, my name is Alexei, or John Wick if you like. I'm a motion designer and 3D artist. My experience in TV and commercial is about 10 years. I have been using Cinema 4D for a quite long time. It was a version 10 maybe when I faced it firstly. Later I will tell you more about that, but now let me show you my reel. Thank you guys. And that was my reel. By the way, following this link, you can watch it again and again if you like. You can scan it. So let me tell you how I met Cinema 4D. I decided to transfer to Cinema from another program I had been using before, as soon as I noticed how easy and efficient Cinema was compared to the previous soft, which name cannot be called here. Alright, I was really surprised how 3D program can be so much user-friendly, intuitive and clear. I could see the whole structure of any scene, any object. I can control every detail. For instance, if I have materials, I can see objects when my materials are applied to. It was so fantastic for me at the time, so I couldn't believe it. And to have a convenient tool was so unusual for me because at the time I got used to that working in 3D is an everyday challenge, everyday suffering process with unpredictable result. So besides my user convenience, Cinema 4D enabled me to grow up level of my projects. At the time I was doing something simple like extruded text or something, but of course I was dreaming of something something cool like Transformers, I don't know. And one day my friends, musicians, offered me to work on their music video. it was a story about some guy who was driving the car. Guess what car? Chevrolet Camaro. And it seemed to me that my dream of making transformers got a chance to come true. Here I have a part of that video. Sorry about the quality and resolution. It's really old. Let's check it. It's without sound. Okay. It's done 10 years ago. Okay, short breakdown. So now it starts. Okay. Can you imagine that the guy who was making really simple things like extruded text, and all of a sudden he got a task to animate transformation of the car. I didn't know what to expect, and there were a lot of parts and details of the car, and all of them had to be animated. By the way, today I would have done it procedurally with MoGraph, but at that moment I knew nothing about MoGraph and procedural animation. That's why I had to do with keyframes, billions and billions keyframes. It was a really exciting experience, but I had enough of that. Since then, I'm striving my life easier. I stopped using keyframes and focused on procedural animation. That's why I love MoGraph and particles. And no keyframes anymore. No keyframes at all. Maybe a few. Okay. All right. It was a kind of introduction of my presentation, and now I want to say that all I will show you guys is meant to beginners mainly, but skilled users, I hope, can also find something new or just get an app for a moment. The main idea of my presentation is to show that working in Cinema 4D has a lot in common with playing the guitar. Does anyone play the guitar? This one? This guy? Okay. So even if you are an absolute beginner and all that you know is a couple of basic chords, you can quite successfully play the most of popular songs in a simple way on basic level, but you can start playing immediately. We have something similar if we need to create modern, trendy, cool-looking motion design. Cinema 4D will help us, and we don't have to know all the aspects of making 3D. All we need is to start playing with the simple but powerful tools of Cinema 4D. And comparing playing the guitar and working in Cinema 4D, what kind of chords can we use? In my experience, first of all, it's MoGraph module with its factors and fields. Also, we can use dynamic simulations, particles, and hair. Combining all these tools, we can start easily play your melody. Okay, your 3D melody, if you like. So, all right, this is our plan for today. What we're gonna do, what we're gonna create. It won't be something from start to finish. I'm not going to show you rendering or shading, but I'd like to focus on some interesting parts with the basic use of MoGraph, maybe a bit of dynamic simulations. And I will show you guys how to get impressive results using a really simple technique. So simple and efficient, that's the main idea of my presentation. This is one of my daily projects. I really love making daily projects, and I got a lot of requests for a tutorial how to make it. We will start with simple circle, some adjustments. Also we need rectangle, something like this. Now we go to MoGraph menu. It's very basic, you know, like this. Sorry. Make some adjustments. Okay, now it's time for our first random effector, and something like this. No, maybe a bit less. Okay. Let's apply another random effector. Something like this. And no. I'd like to have animation generated by noise. Some adjustments. Okay. And now, if we press play, they are moving, but as you can see, they are intersecting. So let's and in this case, we need to apply another effector called push apart. Maybe like this. So if we press play, they're not intersecting anymore. This is what I want so far. Okay. I want to wrap around it, the sphere. So we need to, let's change to spherical. Some adjustments. Okay. Minus 19. Okay, something like this. It's working. Yes, it's moving. And now let's try to extrude that. Now it doesn't work because we need to connect our objects. Look at that. Do you like it? I will save it and upload to my Instagram, huh? So how to fix it? Okay. Okay, something like this. Let's have a look. Okay, basically let's see it. Now I have to copy that setup to add other details to what we're gonna want to have here. Let's copy that. And now we need to have like something like caps. I mean, this is what I mean. Oh, okay. It looks too large, I suppose. Yes. No. Let's move it a bit deeper. And no. something like this. Okay, and now all that we need is borders in our illuminators. Let's copy that and do some adjustments. Switch off for a moment. All right. Fill it. None. Let's take a look. All right. Basically, that's it. You know. All that's left is to apply materials, but this is a separate topic, and maybe I will show you next time if Maxon invites me. Some. Okay. That was the first scene I wanted to show you. Okay. Let's move to the next. Okay, this is the next scene I like to show you. You know, I was inspired by those Instagram videos, you know, with nice and clean spheres or cylinders rolling somewhere endlessly, and you can watch it endlessly, and these are some references. These are not mine, so many thanks and respects to guys who created them. I didn't want to copy that completely because I feel something is missing there, something procedural, like MoGraph maybe. That's why I suppose it needs to be added there. So let's do it. Okay, let's start with brand new scene. And no. So it's like here we have something, I don't know, like a conveyor belt or narrow mattress with rolling balls. So I will show you how to make this setup with springs driven by rolling balls. So to get it, we're gonna build this really simple setup. Just to copy it. Alright, this is our test objects, just to have a look how it works. Okay, it works. And now I want to show you my favorite part, the unusual way of X particles. Do you know X particles? This is a really amazing plugin for Cinema 4D. So I need 2 emitters. Now I want to have straight splines between those two planes to have springs placed there later. So some adjustments. This will be here. No. Let's switch speed to 0. Alright, and display we switch to circle to better see what we have. Not yet, but okay, here we go. And now the most interesting part. I will use xparticles electrics to get splines between those particles. Okay, so far it looks weird. Let's switch off flicker, something like this. Alright, and if we move it, now you see our setup is working basically. Now we need to create springs and place them to the splines. So let's create helix. Alright. Maybe some adjustments. Okay. And in this case, I need spline wrap modifier. Alright. Alright. Let's see it. If we move our test object, you can see how our springs are working. Do you see that? Okay. All that's left is to use sweep object or apply some tags to visualize splines. So, but basically that's it. Let's take a look again. All right. So this is how it looks when it's done. All right, let's move to the next scene. Before I will show you how it's done, I want to share my biggest passion. I mean, I'm talking about composing something large and complex with something small and simple. I mean those futuristic user interfaces or head-up displays. I hope you know what I'm talking about. So in this video, this idea is present. By the way, this video is created for the web resource dedicated to electronics design software, and I'd like to focus your attention on this first part. You can see kind of circuit board built of numerous particles, but by the way, these are not particles. This is MoGraph clones. This is MoGraph cloner, and it's done very simple, like everything I'm showing you today. So we will start again with simple plain object. It's too much maybe. Then I need cloner object. Put inside sphere, maybe like this. Very basic technique, as you see. Nothing special. Okay, first of all I want to use shader factor. Yes, it's applied. No. No. Wait a second. That's the process. So as you can see, I forgot something. Okay. Okay. Okay, something like this. Okay, and now you can see pretty basic setup. I didn't set keyframe. Why it's not working? So it's working. It's so simple, but I can't deal with it. It's weird. It looks very basic. Now we need the next field, and this is shader field. Not shader. Sorry, it's random field. Voronoi, for instance, works well here. So, and now if you if we press play, we see it looks quite similar to what we gonna have. All right, as you see, very simple and basic setup. And but do you remember what I told before, what I said before about keyframes? Now I'm using keyframes, so please forget it, and let me show you how to create it using a more interesting technique. So let's delete it. Spherical field. Okay, this is our starting point, and now I'd like to apply freeze algorithm and change it to grow. If we press play, now we see how it grows. It's pretty basic, so let's maybe let some adjustments. And then we need to randomize our clones to change this sharp edge. And then we still need a random field. Random field. Maybe some Voronoi overlay. You know, we have to play with the settings, and we can copy something, and then we get the result that can enjoy you, can satisfy you. Okay, let me remind you how it looks like. I hope you got an idea. So that's basically it. What I wanted to show you guys. As you can see, it's very basic, very simple, but it's so simple. If I asked any random guy passing by our place, and it would have been done it immediately, I hope. And who knows, maybe his result could have been taken to next Maxon reel, how it happened with this stuff. So thank you very much, guys.